For someone who doesn't understand wrestling, what do you think makes a good wrestler?
You mean good WWE superstar?
WWE superstar, yeah. Let's go right to it.
Because there's, it's funny, in WWE, like, I'm a wrestler. I love wrestling, but we're so much more than just wrestlers. And I love that because I love wrestling. I've grown up in a huge wrestling family my entire life. But, like, I love everything that comes along with this career. It's so special. It's so unique. And I think, in some ways, I think, like, yes, first and foremost, I'll always be a wrestler. But I think what makes somebody have that total package of being, like, having
superstar,
being a star, like having that it factor, I think it's a sparkle. It's an inner sparkle that just radiates, where it's like you have an emotional connection with the audience. That is the biggest thing. I think when you think of the greats in this industry, they have that it factor, that emotional connection with the audience, because it's not enough to just be a great wrestler. And trust me, this is coming from somebody that grew up in a huge wrestling family that loves the business and that loves wrestling. This day and age, to really thrive in it, you have to have that emotional connection with the audience. And that can come from so many different areas. That can come from a storyline. That can come from your in-ring performances. That can come from the way you interact with the crowd in and out of the ring. That can come from, a challenging journey that you've been through that the audience can relate to or connect with, whether you're overcoming an injury, whether, somebody in your family passed away and you're going through that, or your struggle to get, whether it's a weight loss journey, or there's so many different factors that can connect you with the audience. And I think that that's just so important to have that sparkle, that it factor, because you can be phenomenal in the ring, but sometimes that's just not enough. And it's certainly not enough to make it in WWE. There's so many other elements that you have to have. And I look at somebody like, for example, Chad Gable. Chad, like, I see something so special in him. I think he's he reminds me of like Kurt Angle and Bret Hart, like, in one. And he is a phenomenal athlete, an incredible wrestler, an incredible in-ring performer. But, like, in the last couple of years, we've really seen this personality come out of him. And I watched this match that he had on Monday Night Raw with Gunther. And you could just feel this energy and this, like, connection with him and the audience, that people were just rallying behind him because of his struggle, because of the fight that he had inside of him. And, like, his little daughter was front row and she was crying because she wanted her dad to win, and you could feel his passion. It was just radiating through him. And that's, like, the turning point of, I think, what made, took Chad from being a really great wrestler to all of a sudden Gable is like a huge star in WWE and incredibly talented and just like an extremely gifted performer. But he's now got that it factor.